Okay, traders, welcome to your new video tutorial, high time frame analysis. Okay, this is what this is the analysis we're going to be using for swing trading, taking hopefully 1 to 3 hour, 1 to 4 hour, 1 to 5 hour trades. We're going to be using the biggest levels in the market, but we're also going to be using in trend trade ideas. Okay, so we're going to be looking for the trend on whatever currency pair or gold or whatever indice we're looking to trade. And yeah, I mean, marking up higher time frame levels is simple, right? There's nothing over the top about it. The simpler you keep it, the easier it is going to be to trade moving forward, right? So the first thing, obviously, we wanna take note of is we've got the high and the low of the range, right? So the high and the low of the range is here. Okay, this is the last and the lowest downwards facing candle, and this is the highest upwards facing candle. Now what I want to also do is I want to move these up to a round number, because especially with gold, if you're using key levels, gold reacts to, well, all major currency pairs, whether it be GBP, JPY, USD, JPY, GBP, USD, they all react to key levels because a key level and a round number is easy to remember in terms of trading. As a price point, 22.85 is a lot easier to remember than 22.85.16. Okay, so that's number one rule that I'll have with. I've always had that rule, whether it's trading intraday, manipulation points, or lower time frame, anything like that. I always like to round the numbers up to the nearest zero. Right, we've also got this major turning point here. Okay, we've got a major turning point here, and we've got another major turning point here, because these candles, these are obviously very clear engulfing daily candles. So we're going to mark this level here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to round this up to 2390. Okay, we've also then got this level here, and I would say that's 2375. I know it's broken into the candle bodies a little bit there, but in terms of being a round number, 2375 to me is a lot more key than 2376. I'm also going to mark this level here, right, which I'm going to put at 2360. Oops. And that is that. Nothing more to do other than drop down to the 4 hour time frame and mark off our 4 hour zones. Okay guys, so once you've got your daily levels formed, obviously we've put the daily levels in on the daily time frame. We mark those off. There's nothing more to do, so we drop down to the 4 hour time frame, right? Now what you'll notice here is that this level at 2375, it's not really been, I mean, and maybe as far back as the middle of May, this level has not really been respected. It's created a new high here and it's broken below, but we don't currently have anything since the beginning of June. We don't really have anything here to go by in terms of taking a long from here. So what I would do is I wouldn't delete this level. Okay, I'd keep the level here. What we need to do then is we'd have to wait for 4 hour support to form. Okay, and what I mean by that is that it's currently 10:30, right? So in 3.5 hours, this candle will close on the 4 hour. It close at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If this candle was to form green, like this kind of thing, okay, or maybe something like this, it could push down and then close with a pin bar rejection. If we got that kind of thing here, then that for me would be the creation of a new support, in which case we could then utilize the 2375 level, as if we break back above it, then the likelihood is that we are potentially going to move higher, and we would look for a break above with our stop loss below whatever low we have here, and we'd be looking for a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, because gold will trade basically between daily levels more often than not. That being said, that's not what's currently happening right now. So we need to find you know, what are the levels that are more likely to give us value within the market, and what's the potential, where the high pivot points in the market that we should be looking for in a trending market. Because if you look at the 4 hour, we've actually got a trend line here. And although trend lines are not something that I would use, on a solo basis to be able to take my trade just purely on the basis that it taps on a trend line and moves, we need to add to that supporting factors. So a couple of the ways is obviously we've got a daily low here. If we look at the Asian range, this is the beginning of the day. NFP came and took this low. And now we've come up to this point, this pivot point here, which is 23.90, which is a weekly level and a daily level, if you remember. So what we need to do now is find out where the fib retracement level would be. And what we do is we mark it from the swing low here, okay? Because this is the lowest point of last Friday's move up. And we need to find roughly where's going to be a high probability trade. Where's it going to come from? Where's the 4 hour support, which potentially was, resistance previously. So if we look here, this is a major turning point in the market. So we draw our 4 hour zone around about here, but we've also got, in terms of this price movement here, okay, this is an old support. This was an old resistance, which is now potentially turned support, okay? However, we've got these levels here. Because this was so long ago, it's less important than what we're currently looking for now, right? So I'd ignore that, and what I would do is I would draw this zone here, right? Because although this was a level here, you can see that we've moved away from that price point. We've got this daily level marked at 23.60, and price failed to break below here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times before it broke through on the Friday of last week. So this area, okay, is also in confluence with the daily level. Okay, so we've got the daily level at 23.60, and we've got our fib retracement level. So remember, we've marked from the low to the high, okay? So basically from support to resistance, we've marked that level, and what we'll be looking for is a pullback into this area, which was previously resistance. And in theory, when resistance is broken, that should then become support. So this could be like a break and retest, okay? So what we'll be looking for is price to come down here, form an entry pattern, which you can again see in many of the videos that I've got in GFX 2.0. And obviously what I do day by day is I try to give you as much indication of, I'm looking for an entry point on this level here, or when the trade is just about to become live, I'll put a series of images out to help you guys find entries on the same levels that I'm looking at. But what I basically want to see is I want to see price come down here, right? I'm not massively bothered by this unless we were to create a bullish facing candle here and then break back above it. There may be a trade or a trade idea here which would potentially go up to, because there's a high chance that gold is going up now to 23.40 from here, right? And then I'd expect some kind of reaction from there, because that's a major key level, major turning point over the last couple of months of 2024. It's been a major pivot point. It's only broken through it once, I believe. So yeah, I'd be waiting for price to come down here. And then what we look for is basically we need to see the candles getting smaller. So we need this sort of price action, right? Where we start to get rejections, lower time frame entries. So I'd be looking for entries on the 1 hour, maybe on the 30-minute, if I think there's a lot of buying coming into this level. And we want to look for, pin bar rejections, but we definitely need to see green color candles, okay? This is currently a bearish 4 hour candle, so there's no point even, trying to look for look for a trade in midair there's currently nothing happening, right? So we need to wait for price to tell us what it's going to do. I do believe, at this moment in time that there's a higher chance of price coming down to 23.60 and reversing from here. But you have to let the market do what it wants to do and react to it from levels that you've got previously marked. So we have got an old level here, which we're pretty much very close to it, right? So it'd be a couple of hours before we'd be looking to get a trade from here. I would suggest that there's going to be higher chance of price coming down here before we moving back up. But again, as I said, it's always it's important to react to the market from levels that you've got pre-marked and stick to the plan. So yeah, for me, if it's we're basically trying to add as many confluences to our trade as possible. So in terms of price moving upwards, okay, there'd be a couple of confluences here. This would be, for me, a major turning point in the market, because you've got a previous resistance now turned support, which should get retested. You've also got a daily level, and you've also got the fib level of 61.80 to 78.6, right? So for me, this is a stronger level than the 50% and the 38.2% level, but you never know, right? So react to the market. This for me would be a grade A setup from here if we come down and retest this level. If you look at it a little bit deeper, okay, this is also an accumulation, right? So basically when price accumulates, it will break out of the accumulation generally, and then it will come back and retest it. And the amount of orders that were collected within this area, you'd expect to find limit orders there as well, which should help the reaction from this level and potentially turn gold bullish again. So high time frame analysis is very simple. Okay, you basically want to be looking at which way is the market trending. Okay, so we obviously we've got a 4-hour bullish trend. Okay, mark the daily levels first, mark the 4-hour zones after, and when you drop down then to maybe the 1 hour time frame, you can see again clearly here there's actually another support level. We want to be coming down into this level here ideally, and then looking for a reversal. Okay, and a reversal is very, very simple. I've got a couple of videos on that in GFX 2.0. So if you're stuck, either ask me in the chat room, watch the videos, take some notes, and yeah, let's trade professionally and let's make some good profits.